Hi, in this video, we will see how to start and stop the EC2 instances at a regular intervals or any specific time or some scheduled time. Okay, say for example, you want to bring down your EC2 instance at a particular time. In case of dev, if you take, it does not want to be running during the night hours. Say in case of UAT, it doesn't want to be running on weekend. The production has to run 24/7. In this case, you can have an automated scheduled downtime during the night hours or the weekend so that you can save the cost of our AWS billing. So to make this work using a Lambda, first thing we have to create a IAM policy and a role for the Lambda. And then you need to create a Lambda functions to start and stop the EC2 instance. In this, I am going to use a Python script to do that. And you can test your Lambda functions whether it is working fine. It will actually restart and see whether the EC2 instance is doing the perfect functions. And the next thing is like you need to create a CloudWatch events which will trigger this function on a schedule. It can be a like a cron job. So the cron jobs, these are the fields, and I will provide you the proper link to view the full information about the cron. The first field is the minutes, the next is hours, and the next one is day of the month. It's like a date, and next is month and day of the week and a year. Now I will show you a simple demo how to do this. For this demo, I have two EC2 instances running in my AWS console. First thing we need to is to create a policy. So these are my policies. Okay, here I am creating a custom policy for the logs creation and put log events, and the only action it has to do is to EC2 start and stop. So I'm going to create a policy and a role based on the allowed group. So I will create a policy. So it's like a custom policy. So if you see, I have a CloudWatch logs and EC2. It's a restricted policy, but it will be applicable to all the resources. So I'm creating a policy. Now the policy is created. Now I will create a Lambda role. So I'm going to create a Lambda role. Okay, I'm going to attach the policy which I have created. I'm going to create a role here. Now we have created a role. Let's go to the Lambda function and create the functions required to start and stop the EC2. I will create a function. I will select from the scratch. My function is stop EC2. Okay, I am going to run Python script. So I'm selecting runtime as Python. I'm going to use an existing role, which is Lambda scheduler role, and I'm going to create a function. So if you come to the source, now let's copy the script which I already have and update it here. If you see the script, I'm using Boto3 for the Python, and US East 1 is my region, and this instance ID is what is the instance I have already created. So I will deploy this. Okay, changes deployed, and I will test. See, you can see the execution result. It is stopping your instance. Let's go here and see my instance. It is stopping. By this way, you can stop the EC2 instance using this Lambda function script, and we have tested it successfully. Now we will create another function to start your EC2. Same thing, I will select Python, create an existing role. I have created a function. In this, the same way, I have the startup script. I'm updating here and deploying. Now I will test it. I will create a test event for that. Okay. Okay. This script is also running fine. It is already stopped. If you see, it will be starting now. It is in pending state and it will start now. By this way, we have created two Lambda functions. One is to stop your EC2 and another is to start your EC2. Now we have two Lambda functions. The next thing is we need to configure in a CloudWatch at a regular interval or like a scheduled time. So if you see, it should be running now. Okay, it's starting. Another instance will be start soon. By the meantime, we will proceed with the CloudWatch. Under the CloudWatch, you need to go for events and rules. I'm going to create a new rule for this. Okay, I'm going to select a cron expression. You should note, right, that the cron expressions will run in a GMT timing. So you should schedule the timing based on your GMT timings. Okay. If you see, if I put my cron expression, it is showing my GMT timings here. Okay, my current time is 11:30 p.m. and I have converted to the GMT now. The next thing, okay, say this will be running in 35 in another 5 minutes. I will add a target for that. The target will be stop EC2. It means like around 11:35 p.m. it will stop my EC2 instances. Give a name to it. Description is optional. So I have created a rule for that. Now I will create another rule. Say for example, now in this example, I will bring up in another 5 minutes. Say I will configure as 11:40 to bring up the EC2s. It is in GMT timings. Currently, my region is Singapore timings. I have converted the timing based on the GMT. I am selecting the target as start EC2 and configuring the details. So I have created a start rule for that. If you note, around 11:35 p.m. all my EC2 instances will be going to stop state, and by 11:40 it will bring up again. Let's wait for another few minutes. Okay, It's going to be 11:35. It should be going to stopping state in few seconds. Okay, you should see by exactly 11:35 my instants are going to the stopping state and it will be stopped. And as per the another rule, by 11:40 it will bring up my EC2 instance back. Okay, now my EC2 instance is in stopped state. It should start by 11:40. Let's wait for few seconds to EC2 to start. Okay, okay, it's 11:40 now. Let's see, it's triggered. Okay, now my EC2 instance is in pending state and it's coming up. Let's wait for few seconds to come to the running state. Okay, if you see my EC2 instance are coming to the running state. By this method, say for example, if you want to bring down your EC2 instance by 10 p.m., you can bring it down and you can bring up the EC2 instance by 8 a.m. This way, you can reduce your billing during the night hours for the dev and UAT environment, which does not connect during the night hours.